Hello guys, welcome to Online Web Tutor presented by Profotech Solutions team. I am Sanjay. In this video session, we will see that how can we create WordPress custom taxonomy tutorial for beginners. In the last video sessions, we had completed our custom registration form in WordPress. Okay, so guys, if you are a beginner in this video session, then I strongly recommend to watch our previous video sessions what we have made sections for customization in WordPress like custom login system, custom registrations, as well as we have seen that how can we create our custom widget step by step. Okay, so let's get started about WordPress custom taxonomy tutorial for beginners. So before starting guys about custom taxonomy, have a look about the documentation section of WordPress custom taxonomy before using it. Okay, so what is it? Basically, taxonomy is in WordPress is one of those things that everyone use. Okay, so before reading guys these lines, let's have a look about the real examples that we actually normally see while using any WordPress post. Okay, so just go to your administrator panel, click on posts. As you can just click on add new. Then if you scroll down to the bottom, then you can see that the categories and the tags we will use in our post. Okay, and we don't know that how actually these tags or categories are used. Let me tell you guys, these are categories and the tags are the default taxonomies WordPress has provided. Okay, let's take an example for that. Suppose you are created thousands of posts, okay, and you have three different categories. First, like PHP development, WordPress development, as well as something called Android development. Okay, so you have three categories, and according to these three categories you have made thousands of posts. Means under PHP development you have categorized 500 posts. Okay, and within your WordPress development as well as Android development you have categorized 250 of each. Okay, so you have 500 means or thousands of posts inside these three categories. Okay, so if you go to the taxonomy section, then all the posts inside three categories are under the same group. Okay, means you have the taxonomies of categories and tags, means you have thousands of posts inside these categories. Okay, so if you are talking about the single group, means if someone asks that how many posts under PHP development, then I will see that, or I will tell you that 500 posts that we have made inside PHP development. Okay, so if someone asks that how many posts under category sections, then in that condition we need to say that thousands of posts in category sections, and each of those posts we have categorized into three different categories. Okay, so according to that categories we have actually separated our post inside WordPress. Okay, so by default guys, WordPress has provided two different taxonomies, as you can see, categories and tags. Okay, these are the groups, okay, by the help of which we actually separate our post. Okay, so if you go to the documentation section of taxonomies of WordPress, then you find a good resource here. Okay, so just read out all the documentation section actually it has provided. Taxonomy is one of these words that people never hear or use. Basically, a taxonomy is a group to group things together. Okay, for example, I might have a bunch of different things of animals. Okay, let's take an example of animals, and we have two different groups inside these animals. First like birds, and second one is like fish. Okay, so we have divided this animal as a parent group into two different subgroups, okay, like birds and fish. So all these subgroups like animals means birds and fish are categorized under this animal group. Okay, so this parent group actually contains two different groups post. Means here animals is a custom taxonomy, okay, which contains two terms. First contains the birds and the second it contains the fishes. So these two subgroups are called terms. So all these terms categorizes or make a custom taxonomy. Okay, so if you scroll down, then you might have seen actually a good screenshot there. So you read out all the custom taxonomies concept from here. Okay, what is custom taxonomy, how can we create, and how can we register. Okay, so let's get started about the how can we create our register custom taxonomy in our tutorial. So if you go to the documentation section, then you can see that while creating any taxonomy, Means in the custom way, we need to use the WordPress function called register taxonomy, okay, in which we have to pass three different parameters. Like taxonomy means the key name, object type means for which type actually we are registering this taxonomy, as well as we have passed some parameters to this taxonomy. Okay, so let's get started about registering taxonomy in the custom way. So back to flip to our editor. So these are the sections, guys, that I have written. Okay, so in normal practice we will use categories and tags. Okay, so in these sections we will use our custom taxonomy for registering our post. So let's take an example of that. Suppose I have created a books. Okay, books is the custom taxonomy. Even though I have categorized these books into three different subgroups like adventure, romance and non-fiction. Okay, these are the three subgroups inside these books. Okay, so even now suppose if I am going to make some posts and these posts are categorized under adventure, some of the posts under romance and some of the posts like non-fiction, so all these three posts are inside this custom taxonomy. Okay, means this custom taxonomy actually takes all these parameters, all these posts. Okay, so let's go ahead and create our custom taxonomy. So just go to themes folder. Right now the current activated theme is 2017. Just click on that, open up your functions.php file. Okay, and now let's scroll down. While registering any custom taxonomy to your functions, or you may say in your theme, then you need to use register taxonomy functions for that. Okay, so just scroll down. Then you can see that the WordPress has provided a layout for that. How can we actually use? Okay, so just go ahead and copy this basic example. Okay, so just I am copying this basic example. Just copy of that and paste it here, and all we have done now. So let me explain about the uses of this code. First of all, we have made a functions inside this functions.php file. Okay, create book underscore tags. Okay, this is the function name. Whatever you decide is your function name. Okay, we have used register taxonomy as a function. Okay, in which we have passed the first parameter is the taxonomy name. Means Janier is our custom taxonomy name, and we have applied this taxonomy to apply under the book custom post type. Okay, so let's change out the post type. Means we want to show this register taxonomy, means taxonomy Janier inside this post. Okay, and we have passed three different array parameters like its label, its slug, and as well as its hierarchical. Okay, so let me explain about these parameters. Just save this file, go to browser and refresh this page. Once you refresh, as you can see, we are under the post section. Okay, just scroll down. You can see under the Janier, here we have created our custom taxonomy. Okay, so this is the Janier section. Okay, and this is the label that we have used, Janier. Okay, this is the label that we have used. Okay, so just click on add new category. Once you click, you can see that input text box is here. Suppose this is called test1. Just click on add new category, something test2. Now you are able to add your custom terms. These are the custom terms. Here you can see that this is the taxonomy called animals. Here we have created the birds groups, and here is fishes groups. Okay, so these are how we categorize our post within these categories. Okay, so and this is label, we have seen slug, we have used Janier, and hierarchical is true. Obviously, if we suppose click on add new category, so just type test3, select parent test1 and add new category. So as you can see, hierarchical. So this is only possible by passing the true value inside this variable key. Okay, so by the help of this small snippet of code, we can understand about the register taxonomy of that. Okay, so just go ahead and create some posts by using these groups. Okay, so just uncheck all these checkboxes. Let's make book 1. Okay, so put some dummy content here and check your like test2. Okay, and just delete or remain same and test2. So I have selected the test2 term for right now. Okay, means this is the post under test2. Just click on publish. Let's create another post like book 2. Okay, so just make another category like test 4. Okay, and now we have categorizes. Just click on add new category, click on test on 4, checked. Okay, and now we have to click on publish to publish this post. We have post our second post and also create the third post like book 3. Okay, so just scroll down and click on test 3. Okay, so this is the category that I have decided and click on publish. So we have created 3 different posts, okay, within 3 different groups. Okay, test 1, test 2 and test 3. So this is the custom taxonomy that we have made. Okay, so if you go to the home page of this WordPress website, then you might see that all the posts we have created inside here. As you can see, book 3, book 2, book 1, all this created from our admin panel. Okay, so I will tell you about the uses of the parameters into this array section. Okay, what actually it means. So if you go to the documentation section, guys, then you can see that a registered taxonomy within this. Just go up, then you can see that under the label section, because this is the label actually we need to provide to our custom taxonomy settings. So just go to admin panel, just click on Chanier. This is the taxonomy that we have created. Okay, as you can see, add new category. Okay, as we know that we are adding a term here. Okay, so add new category, just click on edit. As you can see, edit category. Okay, these are the labels actually we need to set from our third parameter, and this is array. We need to set all the label text, meaningful text from this array. Okay, so just back to that and click on quick edit. As you can see, update category. So this is not the meaningful name, actually we need to pass here update Chanier category. Okay, and if we just update that, and if we go to edit, then we need to supply message like update or edit Chanier. Okay, so these are the message that we need to set about the third parameter, and this is the label section. Okay, label section, and by default if you not supply any parameters within that about your label parameters about label values, then by default it picks all the values from its category. That's why we have seen about the categories settings. Okay, as you can see, if empty means if the label parameter is empty, if we haven't set any label text values for that, then it by default picks the categories. Okay, by default categories labels are. Okay, so it shows all the labels of categories. So we need to set all the custom settings for that. To do that, just scroll down, and here is a label section. Just make copy of that, labels. Okay, so I have made copy of that and passed here inside your custom function. Okay, so here as you can see, all Chaniers, parent Chaniers, edit Chanier, update Chanier. Okay, so these are the labels that we have set for that, and now we need to attach with this the labels key. Just copy of that, labels as the key, go to your array and put here inside that. Okay, and all we have passed labels. Okay, what we have set actually within this array, as you can see, labels we have to pass inside this. Okay, so just save this file, go to browser and refresh this page. Once you refresh, you can see edit Chanier. Okay, we have successfully labeled our custom messages. Just click on that. If you click to quick edit, then you can see update Chanier. So these are the messages that guys we need to update while setting these parameters under labels. Okay, and these are the parameters that we have written inside that. If we click on like update January custom, okay, edit January custom, so these are the valuable messages guys that you are going to update. Okay, just click on refresh. You can see that when we click on edit, then edit January custom, this is the message that we have changed. Okay, just click on quick edit, update January custom. So these are the labels guys that we have updated from these labels. Okay, so successfully we have seen that how can we create our taxonomy, how we register, as well as we have seen that what is the use of labels. Okay, now we are going to take all these posts from the database, and also guys when you go to the database, just click on WP term taxonomy. Then you can see that January 1 2 3 4 5 we have created 5 different terms within this January. Okay, so which are the terms that we have created under January? Just click on WP terms. Then you can see that under this January custom taxonomy we have created these sections like test 1, test 2, test 3 and test 4. These are the terms that we have created. Okay, so these are the related, as you can see, term ID. Okay, as you can see, term number 5 6 7 8. Okay, these are the primary keys values 5 6 7 8. So these are the keys that actually related with our custom taxonomy we have created. Okay, so we have seen that how can you actually WordPress manages all these custom taxonomies and terms by the help of WP terms, term taxonomy as well as terms relationships. Okay, now we are going to see that how can we loop through all those posts that we have created under this custom taxonomy. Means we are going to loop through each of these posts. Means suppose we have made a custom page and we want to show all the posts within a certain custom taxonomy, then how can we loop through all those posts and print all those posts inside that custom page. Okay, so to see our all posts that we have made under the January custom taxonomy into our any custom page, then what we actually do, so just go your themes folder, just open up index.php file. Suppose this is your custom page actually where you want to show all your posts within this page. Okay, so just open this page, and what you have to do, just you need to collect all the terms that we have made inside this general custom taxonomy. We know that under this general custom taxonomy we have created 4 different terms. Okay, so first we need to get all terms. From that, so terms, we need to use get terms function. Okay, and here we need to pass January as the custom taxonomy that we have created. Okay, so this is the January that we have created successfully, as you can see, January. Okay, so just you have to copy this name and paste inside this get term functions. Okay, so just print r all terms. So just go ahead and refresh this page. Once you refresh, you can see that all the information related to your terms has appeared now, because first term we have created like test 1, and all the information like test 2, test 3 and test 4. So all the terms related with the January are appeared here. Okay, so we have actually successfully got our all terms from this January custom taxonomy. Okay, so we need to loop through all these terms and get post of all these terms. Okay, so to loop through all these terms, let's use for each method. For that, for each all terms and as term. Okay, so now just I am going to see what actually the term variable return. Okay, and die. Okay, so just refresh this page. Once you refresh, you can see that it actually looked through our first. Okay, just beat scroll. We need to remove the die function from the end. Okay, just remove that and it refresh the page. Once you refresh, just scroll down and we will see that, let's make a breakpoint here. Just echo out the br tag. Okay, and refresh this page. These are the terms that we can see while looping through. Like first it gets the detail like term ID, name, slug and the term group. Okay, these are the information related with each terms. Okay, so now we need to loop through all of these terms and we need to get all the posts which actually these terms stores. Okay, so to do that, so just go to our web editor. Let's get rid of all these and paste this array. So let me explain guys that what I have made. We are going to loop through all these terms what we have got inside this variable. Okay, we got all the terms as you can see. Now we want that all the post inside this term, means each term like test1, test2 and test3, means all we want that inside these terms, what are the posts inside that, we need to loop through each of these posts. Okay, and this is on the January and the slug. Okay, and the term, just copy this variable and paste it here. So all we have to supply that we need to post type should be post. So all we need to take all the post of this term, and because it's a custom taxonomy guys, that we need to pass some taxonomy variables like tax query as the key, taxonomy is January, and slug we need to use the term slug. Okay, this is a key that we are getting from this object as you can see. Okay, so step by step we are getting all these posts from this term. Okay, and post type should be a key. It actually takes either, because we are going to attach this taxonomy either with the page, either with the post, or either with the custom post type. So right now we have attached our custom taxonomy with this post type. Okay, so post type should be post, and we are making query over custom taxonomy. So we need to write text query, and these are the parameters that we need to set. Okay, and now let me go and use of WP query. Okay, so just you have to pass this argument to WP query, where it could make a query into the database to take the details or the post of these terms by getting these parameters. Okay, so by making this array you need to pass this argument inside WP query, where it makes a query to the database, and all the posts it finds into this term, then all the posts actually inside this loop. Okay, and finally we need to loop through all these posts which actually stores inside this loop variable. Okay, so to do that you have to use like loop have post. First you need to check that this loop has any post or not. Okay, so basically it checks that if it contains any post or not. So we need to use have post method. It's a WordPress function. Okay, and now after suppose it has some post, then we need to write the term name, means I am writing the term name here as you can see test1. Okay, so I am writing the term name. Finally I am looping through all these posts which actually gets from this WP query object. All we need to store all the post that we got from this WP query inside this variable. We have checked it contains any post or not, or finally we need to loop over this variable. Okay, so if loop have post, then we need to print the permalink, title and the content. Okay, so we have printed all the informations of that post, and guys as you know that get permalink, get the title and get the content, these are the WordPress functions related with any post, which actually takes the permalink value, title value and the content value of any post. Okay, so we have made successfully all these queries right now. So just go ahead to our front end and let's refresh this page. Once you refresh you can see that test1 is our term, and here is the content, means book. Okay, here is the post, here is your term name, here is the book and the content. So we have successfully made query to the database object, and we have printed all required informations. So let me explain about this code once more. First we need to take all the terms that we have created inside that taxonomy. Okay, we have created a general custom taxonomy where we have created 4 different terms. Okay, after getting all these 4 terms, let's loop over all these terms one by one. Okay, we need to make an array of variables, like we need a post type of post. Okay, where we need to make a query inside this custom taxonomy. Taxonomy is January, field is slug and we need to pass the slug of our term. Okay, so these are the parameters that we need to set. After getting these values, we need to pass a new WP query, because all we need to take all the posts from our database. So all these variables we need to pass into WP query. Okay, so after getting this post, let me check that if it contains any post or not. If it contains, then we need to iterate over all posts one by one. So these are the steps that we have seen, that guys, how can we actually print all the custom taxonomy posts inside our any custom page. Okay, so what we have seen so far, let me explain before closing this video. We have made a custom function, as you can see, create book tags. Okay, we have attached this function with add action init action hook, okay, to fire our method. Okay, all we have done now, we have set some label values for our custom taxonomy, as we have seen the basic uses of these parameters. Okay, so to register any custom taxonomy in WordPress, we have to use register custom taxonomy function. Okay, we need to pass three different parameters for that, like the taxonomy name and the object type. Let me explain what is the object type. Go to the documentation section, and if you go to the syntax, its object type, then you might find that within the object type there is the sections called post page attachment. Means in which section actually you want to appear your custom taxonomy. Means we want that our custom taxonomy should appear within the post section. That's why we have used. Okay, so let's go ahead and change within this function.php like something called page. Okay, we have changed from post to page, what we have seen as the post type. Okay, so just save this file. Within this file, let's go ahead within the pages section, click on add new, just scroll down, then you can see that all the genre that you have created within this pages section, because we have changed the object type, and the object type should be in page, what we have set within this function. Okay, page. So object type we have changed, that's why these all tags are related with now page. Okay, so this is called the object type. So what we specify within this function, these sections would appear there. Okay, and the third parameters about the custom taxonomy settings. Okay, what we should be the label name, what should be the slug, and it supports hierarchical values or not. And okay, and these labels actually stores all the text values, label values, what actually we see. Okay, so basically guys, the overall summary of this video session is that custom taxonomy is a parent group, is something called an animal. For example, an animal. Okay, by the help of that custom taxonomy we need to create some of our subgroups like test 1, test 2, test 3 and test 4, what we have created in this video session. Okay, so taking into the real example, suppose we have made a category of animals, we have made something called a birds group and a fish group. Okay, these are the two subgroups that we have made inside a parent group called animals. So if someone creates any post within any groups like fish or birds, then these all posts are within custom taxonomy called animals. Okay, so animal here, animal is a single umbrella and all the subgroups are child within that. Okay, so this is the very basic idea guys about the custom taxonomy, and by default we use in our real life into WordPress like categories and tags. Okay, so guys, I think I have made much more clear concept about custom taxonomy, register taxonomy, as well as we have seen that how can we or look through all these posts. Okay, so if you have any query about this video session guys, then feel free to ask. Please drop your comment, I will give my reply as soon as possible. So for this video session guys, thank you for watching, have a great day.